Hey everybody, welcome to Live Coding with Jesse. I'm Jesse, and today I'm streaming from a recliner in my basement, and yes, I do have a robe on. So I'm going to try to stream. If you all have seen streams in the past when I tried to stream from home, we've had some problems with quality of the stream. So I've turned down the settings from what I've used in the past. Hopefully it'll work. Keep me up to date on how it's looking on your end. I've been testing it out for maybe the past 5 minutes or so, and I don't know, sometimes it's running all right, sometimes it drops down, so it's just not, I'm not sure. I don't have very much else running on my computer. This may be a good excuse to buy a more powerful computer. Also, sorry about the background noise. So my home office is also in the laundry room, and there's laundry running right now. I think it's almost finished though. So um, let me know if the noise is too terrible, and maybe I could just shut it off. But I think it should be done in a few minutes. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to check the analytics just to see what kind of quality we're getting. Alright, it's not looking really good. I don't have a lot of data right now, but it's not looking great. Okay, we do have some 720p streams going. Alright. Okay, it looks like... Okay, John's saying there is some lag here. Okay. Alright, I was hoping this would work, but I may have to try to figure something out if I want to be able to do these from home. So let's give it a shot today. What we're going to try to do today is upgrade to Material UI version, the beta version, point, what was it, 3.8? Yeah, 0.38. Alright, so there are some breaking changes, and I'll bring those over on the screen in a second. I have them on my other screen, but that's what we're going to do today. So right off the bat, we're just going to start with that. We're going to update on a separate branch, and we're going to see how many things break. And so, alright, cool. The washing machine is now finished, so hopefully that'll help with the background noise. My setup, too, it's not as good as my work setup. I don't have an external mic, so if I'm going to do this more from home, I think I'm going to get a camera and a mic. That'll be a little bit better. But for now, hopefully this will work well enough. And let's see. Oh, let me switch screens so y'all can see what I see. Alright, so here's our package JSON. This is what we have right now. Material UI beta 29. So we're trying to upgrade all the way to 38. So let's see how many breaking changes we have before we start this. Let's pull this over. Let's try to zoom in. Alright, so let's go all the way down to the version we're on now and just kind of go up and see what we're dealing with. So if you want to check this out, just go to the Material UI repo on GitHub and click on the releases, and you can see all this as well. Okay. While I'm scrolling, I tested out deploying this site using Now, and it worked. I ran into some issues. One mainly is Now runs by default HTTPS. I mean, we're still pulling data from that test WordPress server that is not HTTPS. So probably going to get the WordPress onto its own droplet at some point and give it a real URL, with encryption. Wow. Whew. Okay, it took a while to get there, all the way down to the bottom. So this is where we're at now. But anyway, I was impressed with how easy it was to deploy to now, and how fast it was. You all know we have done pretty much no optimization for speed yet, and it was really fast. So I'm super happy about that. So we'll probably be doing more with that as we get closer to the launch date, which is still to be determined. Okay, so we're just going to look for breaking changes. There we are. So breaking changes. So we'll have to keep in mind buttons. I don't think we're using tabs. We definitely are using typography. Okay, so that need to keep that in mind. I'm just going to scroll through it quickly right now, and that way, like, we'll at least have in mind what to look for when we update it, and we're trying to look for things that are broken. And then as we deal with each issue, we can read, more in depth into each thing as we need to fix it. Let me start my Pomodoro timer as well. Maybe. There we are. So if you're asking questions right now in the chat, I do Pomodoro sessions. So after 25 minutes, I'll take a little break. I'll come back to the chat and I'll answer any questions that you all have. So please be patient, and I will get to your questions. Okay. Wow. It's going to be a lot of breaking changes. Okay, so icons. Are we... I think we're using SVG icons, which I believe is a separate thing. Okay, maybe some changes to the themes. Alright, wow, we'll see. Okay. Let's keep going. Ooh, another breaking change. Okay, for more buttons. Oh, okay, so they're changing to using variant for a lot of these. So we had seen this change before at some point. Oh yeah, we were looking something up in the documentation, and they were telling us to use variant, but we hadn't updated to that version yet. So, so we were aware of this. We'll definitely have to keep that in mind. That's going to be something that we'll for sure need to update. And yay, that one has no breaking changes. All right, here's more breaking changes. Props, IDs. Okay, we may have to switch up our type for our inputs. We don't have too many inputs. We do have a few, though. All right, no changes there. Just a small breaking change here. Okay, so just don't have the font size property. I'm not sure if we were using that anyway, so I think we're fine here. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure we use CSS to change the font size. All right, getting close. More breaking changes. Class name. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. All right. All right. We're going to have a lot of stuff to deal with. This might be more than one day of working through these changes. So definitely going to do this on a branch. This is not going to be something that we want to do on our master branch. It potentially this could be breaking things for a few days until we get everything sorted out. All right, so let's get to the code, and let's go to our docs here. This is the documentation for Material UI, and just to show you how we update this. We're just going to get Material UI at next, and that's going to give us the latest pre-release, and that's what we want. So when we go into this and we use things that are still in beta, this is what you deal with. This is kind of the cost of using the latest thing. So that was something that we were willing to work with, but we're definitely going to have to keep up with this. I just checked in the live chat. It's someone says, speak Hindi, please. Unfortunately, I do not know how to speak Hindi, so apologies for that. I know there are a lot of viewers from India, but I don't know really any words at all in Hindi, so sorry about that. Okay. Alright, so this is how it looks now. I just wanted to take one last look before we potentially mess it all up. Alright, so here is our terminal, and we have the package JSON file open, so we should see this switch over to the new version when we run this. So I'm going to do yarn add, and I'm just going to paste that Material UI next in right there. And I did notice, okay, Nikki says the page is skipping, so dropping frames. Oh, you know what? I do have a, yeah, it's showing like a 0.6%, 0.7%. Yeah, for some reason, actually this makes sense. So while this is running, I'm dropping frames. Yeah, I think the problem is, the problem's definitely with my computer. I think my internet connection is fine to handle this, and I mean, very obviously frames drop when we run things. Oh, Michael says branch. Yeah, I forgot to make the branch. We'll make it after this. So I frequently forget to do a branch when I'm doing a change, or I start to make a change and don't realize like how much of a change it's going to be beforehand. So there, you can make a branch afterwards and everything will work. So what we're going to do now, and you can see we've updated to beta 38. That's awesome. So now what we're going to do, instead of saving what we've done on the master branch, we are going to make a branch now. So we're going to do git branch. Let's say git checkout. We're going to do the B flag. That way we'll go right into the new branch. And let's call this MUI -38. And that way we know exactly what was going on here on this branch. Hopefully we won't need it for that long. Okay, so now we have on this branch all the changes that we want. When I go back to the master branch, we'll be back on that beta 29, and I can just run yarn again to change the packages on this machine, and really everywhere else, it'll be fine since we haven't pushed any of this yet. So anyway, if you run into a situation like that, that's all you need to do. Just don't commit anything to master. Just make your branch, switch over to your branch, and do all your commits there, and then you come back, master will be clean. with no changes. So it looks like, yeah, the frame rate's not doing too well. It's starting to get better now. All right, sorry about that. Is the audio at least working? So somebody let me know in the live chat, please. As long as the audio is working, I think it's worthwhile to keep the stream going. And I'll do my best to describe everything in case the video is lagging a lot. Maybe at the end of the stream we can go on Amazon and look for new computers.
No.
I don't know if you heard that. That was my wife in the other room saying no. Okay, cool. So the audio is good. All right, so we'll keep going. This is not ideal, but I'll do my best to narrate. So let's check out what actually happened. Let's click around. Okay. I'm gonna do a refresh just to. I shouldn't need to refresh because we have, you know, like the hot reloading and stuff, but sometimes it requires a refresh. Okay. So far it's just really slow. No weird errors on this page. We'll just scroll a bit if I can. Okay. Okay. This all looks pretty good. Cool. Very cool. Even our buttons. The buttons are custom, so that makes sense that they'd work. Let's try out our side drawer here. Ooh. Okay, things are really slow. That's most likely just my computer, though. You gotta remember to change that hover color. Wow, super slow. Okay. Alright, not bad. Wow. Wow, this is really not bad. I just want to double check and make sure. Yeah, we do. We upgraded. Alright. You know what? Let's go to that search page because we have some inputs happening there. So let's see. Here's our search page. I'm not running ngrok today, too, so I don't know if anybody asked about that yet, but since my computer can't even handle what we're doing right now, I'm not going to attempt to run ngrok, so sorry about that. Matthew says to check the frame rate. You know what? I turned the frame rate down to 30, and I mean, what's the video like if you go below 30 frames per second? Is it watchable? I mean, how low can I reasonably go? I wonder, I have a Windows machine that has what used to have pretty decent RAM and a graphics card. It's a little bit old, but I may be able to get better performance out of it. So maybe I ought to try to install everything I need on that and try to stream from that at some point. So that's another option. I'll have to get used to it developing on Windows again. Okay, so alright, cool. It looks like we click, things work. Kind of. Okay. Yeah, wow. That does work. That's amazing. and everything looks pretty much the same as we've had it. We're not even getting any errors. I mean, is it possible that we could be this lucky? Matthew says, do you have Slack open or a bunch of Chrome tabs open? You know, I closed out almost all my tabs. Let me double check. I'm going to double check just to make sure I don't have anything like minimized that I forgot about. Alright, so I have my timer, YouTube. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. What's this one? Okay, I can close this stuff. So I found 2 tabs that I didn't need, so we'll close that down. What else do I have running? I have Spotify running. Maybe I should turn off Spotify too. Alright, sorry music. So Spotify is off. Okay, I think that's about all I can do. I could turn off iTerm too, and then run the server. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe turning Spotify off will help. Maybe I'll try running Spotify from my phone next time. Alright, so Nikki notices the color of the checkboxes is different. Okay, I thought that might be the case. I couldn't remember exactly what color we had. Okay. Alright, so we've noticed one thing so far. Let's check out maybe some of this. Alright, that looks good. I want to check this again because I didn't really look that closely. Yeah, that works. Wow. Okay. So far, the only thing that we've noticed is the color on checkboxes is different. Which I'm really glad something's different. I was starting to worry that we didn't actually update anything. Somehow it just didn't work. Okay. Wow. I mean, this is good. This is a really good surprise. I just thought, based on, you know, all the breaking changes documented, I just assumed that stuff would be really messed up. Wow. I mean, let's take a look somewhere that we know we're using some things that changed. So there were some things that changed about buttons. You know, let me check my timer. All right, 8 minutes. So in about 8 minutes, I'm going to come back to the live chat, answer a bunch of questions, and we may wrap things up early since we don't have a lot of issues and the stream is kind of not doing too well. So yeah, let's check out our hero component. I think we have buttons in there. Now we did use that custom button, so oops, I don't need that. So we are okay. So we're importing our custom version of that button. So maybe that is why our buttons still work, because we. Yeah, that is why. Okay, so our buttons are all going to work that are using this one, because this was a modified version of the regular button component. So this has not changed at all, even though the regular button component did change. So we'll just have to decide if we want to update this based on the changes or not. But I guess that explains that. Typography has changed, so we can check out what's going on with typography. The thing that I believe we did, though, is we did use a lot of custom CSS to kind of override things. So I think that's, I mean, I don't know if you all have any theories on why everything still looks okay, let me know. But to me, that seems to be the best explanation, is that we just overrode a lot of this the stuff, and it's so we were okay. I just saw something funny in the live chat, so I just got to say this. So Michael says, Professor Bonjour doesn't teach French, does he? No. So Andy Bonjour, he used to work in my department, and then he got really fancy and got a degree and became a teacher. But he's a really good guy. My son and one of his sons are best friends. But no, he does not teach French. He's in the communication arts department. He does video stuff. And he has a really epic beard too, much longer than mine. He's a good guy. But we do have a Dr. Plato who does teach philosophy. So, I mean, that's perfect. Like, he was destined to be a philosopher, you know, from birth. Nikki says, in the student profile card, variant changed. Okay, so we have the change here. With typography, too, I want to go back, since I have a typography component here, I want to go back and see what changed. So let's check that out. Okay, so instead of type, we're going to have variant. That's so odd. It's still working. I mean, if they say breaking change, that usually means like it's not, there's no backwards compatibility, right? I was just checking. I think we were looking at this. So yeah, it still looks fine. I mean, let's use variant and see what happens. So I'll just do these top two. We'll save that and see if there's a change. Wait a second for this reload here. Oh, okay. Wow. Alright, so that changed things a lot. I'm definitely going to undo that. I'm running yarn again just to be sure. Yeah. I mean, I was pretty sure that it worked, but okay. So I don't think I'm going to change things over to variant right now. Maybe with new components, we'll use variant instead. I mean, obviously, when we go to the docs, we're going to be using the new stuff recommended by the docs, which will be the latest. So, you know, we'll do that. But in terms of what we have already, Nikki says, in student profile card variant changed. The cards, I mean, it looks okay. I'm trying to think what else would have. The only thing I can see, and this may have already been like that before, is this could probably do with a little bit of a heavier font weight just for readability. But other than that, it looks okay. Alright, let me check. Okay, so we only got about a minute 30 left. So I'm just going to go to the live chat now. And I'm actually going to shut down some of what I have going on here. So I'm going to shut down my local development environment here. And I shouldn't have done that because I needed to run tests. Shoot. All right, let me let me spin it back up again. Dev. Yeah. So yeah, if you try to commit things, if you're committing to this project, you do need to have the server running to run all the tests. So you won't be able to commit without it. I mean, you could force the commit, but you usually don't want to do that. Okay. All right, so let's at least commit this. Git add, and let's do git, oops, yarn cm. Okay. Sure. No, what is it? I don't know what to name this. I guess we'll call it a chore for right now. And let's go for this change. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Any breaking changes? Yeah. Oh yes, it does affect an open issue. What is that issue? I can't remember the name of the issue. Let's try to get back. I'm sorry, the number of the issue. All right. Well, this issue is kind of old because we were going to update to beta 33. So issue 81. Oops. Let's see. One. All right, there we go. Michael Patterson just asked about an ngrok link. I'm not running ngrok right now because I'm streaming from my laptop. That's not very powerful, so I didn't want to try to run ngrok as well. I didn't think it could handle it and stream at the same time. All right, did we pass? We are passing. Wow, I really just take for granted how nice my iMac is at work until I try to do stuff like this and see how long it takes. So for those of you that have slower machines, I admire your determination and patience because this stuff takes a long time. Wow. Okay. while I wait on that, I'm going to start in on the live chat. So I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top and try to answer all the questions. If you have a question, please put it in the live chat now. I'll do my best to answer it, and we have a lot of really knowledgeable people in the chat that can also help answer the questions. Ricardo says, greetings from Venezuela. Hello. Thanks for watching. Gamer D asks why the background is all black. I'm not sure if you mean the background to my screen. Why it's all black? I was running the dark theme on GitHub. And I'm running dark themes on pretty much everything, so that could be it. If you mean why it's black behind me in my little video in the corner, I usually work with the lights off to cut down on the glare on the screens, so that's why it's so dark. I pretty much, the only reason you can see my face is because of the lighting from the monitors. You can see the light changes as I switch from a dark screen to a lighter screen. Oh, after all that, we didn't pass. Oh, timeout. Alright, let's just force this because it's so slow. I'd hate to do that. How do we force it with that? Let's see if we can do this. NCN retry. Can we do? I can't remember what the. There we go. No verify. I'm not sure if this will work. Is it working? Or is it going to try to run everything again? I hope it doesn't try to run all the tests again. Well, it is going a lot faster this time. Alright, so Ganon for you. I'm assuming that's Ganon from the Legend of Zelda video game, so awesome. I'm a big fan of those. But Ganon for you says, hello, first time I see the live stream from you, so I want to thank you for taking the time for streaming, and a heart emoji. So, hey, I appreciate that. I'm really sorry that the first live stream you see is such poor video quality. Sorry, I just got distracted by that error message. But anyway, I appreciate you saying that, and welcome to the stream. Hopefully you can make it for more streams. And for sure, if you have any questions about anything that I'm doing, just let me know. I'm happy to go back over things. All right, I'm not gonna mess with this anymore during the stream. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing and fix it afterwards. Oh, okay. Matthew, sorry, I didn't see this message earlier, but Matthew Potter is saying when he had a similar problem, he switched to Firefox and completely got out of Chrome, and that fixed everything. That's not a bad idea. If I switch to a more lightweight, less resource-intensive browser, then it might work. All right, we're almost done with the stream, so I'm not going to try it right now, but that's a great idea. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of research and find out what browser uses the least amount of resources and still can handle the code that we're using. If you all know what browser is ahead of time, let me know. It will save me some time and research, but that's a great idea. I mean, every little bit can help, I suppose. All right, and it looks like that actually went through. Awesome. So let's do git push. All right, so now what we've done, which isn't really much, is now on GitHub. So if you want to check it out and pull it down to your local machine and see what's happening, feel free. And if you want to use any of the code in any of the repos that I have or that are in the FUS, Marcom, or GitHub organization, you know, feel free. It's all open source. I think we had put with MIT license on everything. Hey, Coding and Caffeine is here. It says, hi, code eaters and coffee drinkers. Cool, good to have you. Oh, okay, Blake says the Spotify web player takes up less resources than the desktop app. That makes sense. I didn't think about that. So maybe I'll use that as well. I don't really need the music, and I could run it off of my phone. So maybe I'll just try to run it off my phone next time. All right, Blake saying there is a terminal VS Code. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm using the terminal VS Code, and then I was also using these terminals. So let me just get rid of this right now. Yeah, there we go. Let's make sure. Shut it down. Okay. All right, so there's one more thing shut down. Aditya, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but Aditya says you should stream on Twitch too. You know what? A while back, I did make a Twitch account because I had thought about streaming on there as well, but I haven't done it yet. I'm still kind of open to the idea of doing it, but it's just one more place to have to organize things, so I'm not really sure. I mean, if I was going to stream on Twitch, maybe I would do some different content. Maybe not exactly the same stuff that I'm doing now. I don't know, maybe I'll play like old school StarCraft on Twitch. And just not even do coding. Or do a totally different type of coding. Andrew asked if I tried lowering the bitrate. I did lower the bitrate as well. So this bitrate and the bitrate is significantly lower than what I use on my iMac, and I think I did switch to 30 frames per second on my iMac as well. So the frame rate's the same, but I mean maybe I could try for a lower bitrate. It's just only, I mean, I wanted to at least make it possible for people to stream 720p. I think the font is just too fuzzy if you go lower than that. So I need to keep the bitrate high enough to achieve 720p. So maybe I'll look up exactly what range I need to be in for that and see if I can lower that a little bit more. Okay, Nikki says the Firefox Developer Edition. Okay, cool. Or, oh, Michael says Firefox Quantum and Chrome Canary, depending. Okay, I don't know if I have Canary on this machine. I think I just have Canary at work. But I'm going to, you know what, I do want to try Firefox Quantum. So, Firefox Dev Edition and Firefox Quantum, which one's faster of the two? Does anybody have experience with that? Also, Gurpreet Singh says, hi. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So I've gotten to the bottom of the live chat. I'm just going to give it, a few more seconds because I know there's a delay to see if anyone has anything else to say about Firefox Quantum and the Firefox Dev Edition. And then I'll probably wrap things up. I know it's a little bit shorter stream than normal. Really so sorry about the quality. I'm definitely going to try to change some things and get that fixed before I attempt to stream again. Oh, Matthew says the video is really smooth now. What was the solution? I think the solution was just shutting down as much as I possibly could and not doing any work. So I'm barely even moving my mouse right now. So I really think that's it. So really, I mean, the only thing I did, you saw it on the screen, is I completely shut down my iTerm. So I was using iTerm 2. So maybe I'll do that. I have no problem not running iTerm 2. I don't know if I can run 2 terminal windows in VS Code. Maybe I'll just look it up and see, because I need to run the local dev server in one and then still be able to use Git in the other. Oh, okay, Nikki says it's the same. Quantum is the name for the new Firefox. Okay, cool. Alright, yeah, I had that really confused. Alright, so basically, Nikki and Michael, you were both talking about the same version of Firefox, correct? Which is called Firefox Quantum. I think I'm going to load that, like, as soon as I end the stream. I'm just going to load it so I don't forget. Well, I mean, I'm really glad the stream is going well now. It's too bad I'm ending it right when it started to have good quality. But I really think I could notice, OBS, if you used it, it shows you your frame rate statistics and everything, right there. And as I would do stuff, over here and in the terminal, even like doing stuff in Chrome, like hitting the refresh button, I could see the frame rate, like the percentage of frames that I was dropping, just start going up. And then whenever I stopped doing that, you could see it go down. So definitely, I mean, maybe his computer just can't handle it. Let's see. Oh, cool. Blake says you can run multiple terminals in Visual Studio Code. Awesome. It seems like something that you would expect it to be able to do. I just never took the time to look it up. So I appreciate that you let me know about that. I think, yeah, there's really not going to be any need for me to run iTerm 2 anymore if I can do that. Alright, so the plus sign is going to give me another terminal. What? Oh, that's cool. And I can split it? What? This is so cool. Wow. Wow. Alright. This is it was so, this made it for me so worth it to stream. Now that I know that, that is awesome. So let me see how, let me give credit. Alright, so a few of you were telling me about it. So Blake saying you can do it, and Nikki says you can even split the windows. Michael said the plus sign next to the drop down. Awesome. So Blake, Nikki, and Michael, thank you so much for that. That's going to be super useful for me. And it'll be one less program that I need to run now, which is really cool. Nikki's also saying, alright, so Andrew says bitrate for 720p is, whoa, 2500 to 4000. Whoa. Yeah, there's no way I can get that bitrate on this machine. Nikki says try streaming with the special H264 thing, option CRF or something, option in OBS. Oh yeah, let me check that option for a second. I remember seeing that. Where is that? Oh, in the encoder. Okay. Yeah, I'm not using it right now. Maybe I'll have to use that then. Alright, I'll try that. So, definitely have a lot of good ideas for how to make the stream quality better next time. So, first I'm going to try to make it work with this laptop, and just by adjusting settings and doing some changing what browser I use. And if that still doesn't work, then I'm going to try using a different computer. I'm going to switch to a Windows desktop that should be a little more powerful than the laptop. So that's the plan for the next time I stream. I'm going to be doing probably more streams from home than I normally do. So I definitely want to get this working. So like I said, I'm potentially going to get, you know, a more kind of decent setup than I have right now. I mean, I have the laptop in my lap, so I apologize for any shaking. I know that would probably make me motion sick. So apologize. Maybe I'll try to get better lighting as well, better mic, things like that. All right, so I think that's it for me. There's no more questions in the live chat. Thank you all so much for hanging in here. I mean, I can't believe how many people are still viewing even after the terrible quality of the stream. So I really appreciate you all putting up with that. Oh, Andrew says, just Googled it again, and you actually only need 1500 minimum for 720p. Okay, that's much more doable. So thanks for that, Andrew. I really appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to end the stream. Thank you all so much for watching, for your patience, and for your help. This ended up being way easier than expected. I'm sure as we keep going, we'll probably find some other things that maybe don't work like we wanted them to work, that we just couldn't see right now. So I'm not saying it's completely like 100% works, but it's way better than I expected. Cool. All right, now the stream is perfect. So, all right, so evidently it is possible to stream with this computer. I just need to do nothing. So if I'm going to talk only, then I can stream. All right, so anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow.